My name's Kenneth Burr. My company is Black Series Edition LLC, Crystal Edge Technology Screens, and our FOEVT company. We are going to do one discontinue. Where in the heck are my medium-sized boxes? I know I ordered medium-sized boxes. We definitely need this. I know I ordered some medium-sized boxes right here somewhere. But yeah, we're going to discontinue. What's this one right here? That's not medium. You're going to tell me all these boxes I ordered, we didn't get one freaking pack of medium boxes? We have to have a pack of medium boxes down here somewhere. Hold on for a minute. Where are these? These got to be mediums. Oh, get out of the way and stop it. It's definitely medium. Now, I know we ordered medium boxes. Medium boxes in here somewhere. Be nice. Let me get this, please. All right, cool. I know I ordered medium-sized boxes. We gotta have this here somewhere because I ordered a bunch of boxes. All right, man. I grabbed that one to the table. This, we're not making anymore. It's beautiful. It's wonderful. It does a fantastic job. We're done with it. And the reason why is because, again, the FLE technology, it works to a certain degree with this, but not on the levels of black technology. I mean, seeing that screen fire up in here, seeing it fire up outside, seeing it fire up on these cardboard boxes over here, it's just no purpose in making this at all, period. I mean, we made it because we were trying to make something. We'll have something for customers at a different level, but come on, either we're going to separate from the past and just move on to the future, because this is just not a part of our future. It's just not. I've tried to come in and we made a lighter version of it. It was fantastic. It was tested. It worked perfectly fine. We added 2.0 digital. It was fantastic. It worked perfectly fine, but it's not in the future. It's just not. I mean, you have to have that infinity level or a screen that has an extremely, and I mean extremely, dark shade of gray. You have to, or it's just not going to work. You're just going to have all kinds of problems. They're going to pop up, and it's just going to be a headache for everybody at the end of the day. It's just teasing. That's all. It's just a tease. Gray screen is literally a tease. That's what it is. And I've stopped making this stuff years ago, and then we came back and we tried to say, okay, we'll try to work with people. We'll try to make something where we work with everybody. But when you get down to it, how can I get on camera and talk about an infinity contrast level, the importance of darker shades of gunmetal technology? Because yes, gunmetal technology is very important. It's very dark. Keep in mind, those of you who are making claims to have gunmetal, you do not have gunmetal. Please stop saying you have gunmetal. You know what I'm talking about. Because if I order your product and I get it down here, and I test against any of the certified gunmetal we have down here, I guarantee it won't pass. So stop calling your stuff gunmetal, because it is not gunmetal. But anyway, you know what I'm talking about. We got one person who's calling this stuff gunmetal, and it's not anywhere near close to gunmetal at all, period. You know who you are. Stop calling yourself gunmetal, because if you want, I'll get your stuff down here, and I'll test it against the certified gunmetal we have down here, and we don't stick that stuff in these dark environments. We stick them in fully lit environments where a gunmetal screen is supposed to be to begin with. That's the first sign. If you see anyone displaying a gunmetal screen and they're in these really dark environments, come on, what you doing in there? That screen's supposed to have an insane amount of gain attached to it. So if you have a gunmetal with a 2.0, that's an absolute fail. 2.0s actually apply to lighter gray screens. They have 2.0s. Gunmetals are a little higher. So yeah, with that being said, stop doing it. If not, I'm gonna take your stuff down here. I'm gonna test against certified 100% grade A gunmetal technology and show you that your stuff is not worthy gunmetal. All right, let's get back to this. So this right here, we're done. We're discontinuing this because, again, this also worked out fine because, again, it worked out with the valve up projectors and WeMax and stuff like that. But quite frankly, I don't want to support these projectors in the future. As a matter of fact, I don't want anything to do with these projectors in the future. I try to help customers out because customers buy these things and then they want the same results. Our products give off and we have to turn them away and say, no, we can't help you out because it's just not going to work. The black technology won't read at all, period, on the screen. So, if you take the time to look at their screens, they don't have one dark screen. All their screens favor between white and light gray. That's it. That's the only thing that picks up on their projectors. That's it. And you know what happens with white and light gray screens in fully lit environments? They don't register. So, yeah, you just got ripped off because you bought a machine that, again, is using a form of picture shift, and it's not even 4K. It's not even 4K for that kind of money you spend. You don't even have 4K, period. Then on top of that, the lie on your contrast, because some of them up front, and they'll tell you you're getting 3,000 to 1. 3,000 to 1 is trash. You know that, right? For that particular model projector, for that particular machine, I think the Valva has a 3,000 to 1. That's trash. 2011s, 2012s, 2010s, they have 3,000 to 1. My projector, mind you, down here, the NEC is more powerful when it comes to its contrast capabilities. It's 4,000. That's poor. You should never have 3,000. Heck, the freaking Optima GT55 and 56 have 20. The NECs we have over there has 10. So how do you have a projector that costs $3,100 with a 3,001 contrast sitting on top of it? And that's what they did. I wouldn't be surprised if they just took older model machines and just stuck them in the other bigger boxes or whatever. Who knows what they did? But anyway, it's a garbage projector. It is. People sit there and say the movie projector this and movie. They're garbage projectors. It's just a more advanced version of the knockoff cheap projectors that you find on the market. That's all it is. And they're just ripping people off left and right. 150-inch screen? It ain't gonna happen. You got a pixel shift at the end of the day, and you need pixels, which you don't have. You don't even have enough pixels for 4K. How are you going to compress that 150? That is not going to happen. That's the reason why we had that conversation with Val. If you ever saw the demonstration, we got them to admit the projector was a 1080p base. They're all 1080p base projectors. Every single one of them are 1080p base. You just spent the money that you could have paid and got a P2. A P2 would have cost you now, I say 25, maybe 27. You could have got one of them. You could have walked off with a Epson LS 800. They're about 34. And people spent $3,700 for these machines because they promised you a 150-inch screen. Guess what? You could do a 150-inch screen on a 720p projectors because we've done it multiple times on that machine over there in a fully lit environment where people use the same projector, not our projector, but their projector, and they're trying to pull 150, but you're in a dark environment because your screen will wash out because you have no contrast and you're using a white and gray screen. Yep. Yeah, they ripped you off. Ripped you off. IWA, that's the other one. I think it's called IWA, if I'm pronouncing it right. Rip-off projector. GM Go, good gracious, I don't even know where to start with these jokers. We got them too in a chat room by themselves and got them to admit that projector, a little cube, was supposed to be a 4K, but it's not 4K. What's a bunch of them? There's just so many of them. And the thing about it, I don't want to start supporting people think there's an outlet to help them out. We don't want to give them any outlet, and the reason why is because stop buying the crappy projectors. You keep buying these crappy machines, you're going to keep flooding the market with this trash at the end of the day, and next you know, a person doesn't even know, he's just learning for the first time, is going to bump into one of these nightmares and end up getting them. We can't help them. Heck, Diamond can't even help them. I had a customer who had, as a matter of fact, it's on the site. It shows his projector. We are able to design some upgrade technology for him so it would work in trade for pictures, because we never had that projector on our blacklist. It was called Movie something. No, Bow Maker. It was a Bow Maker. He had a Bow Maker. And he said he had a Diamond screen in his library and it wouldn't work. It wouldn't pick up on the Diamond. Because you know why? They're trash projectors. Good, great. And people buy the thing. When the Kickstarter came on, oh, there was so many sheep in that freaking Kickstarter. It wasn't funny. Because somebody sent me a link and said, yo, can you fix this? And I was like, oh, heck no. We can't even fix this. That little cube projector they had, that GM Go, was supposed to be 4K, and it's supposed to be like have these massive amount of lumens. You saw the guy sitting there with the sweater vest and a fully lit environment pointing at the ceiling and the floor and blah, 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 blah. And then you go on YouTube and you find out that everybody that was endorsing it had it in a dark environment. No one was matching or beating the promo. And very few would say 4K. They would say compress. But the way they were doing it on the Kickstarter, they were saying it was actual 4K. Yep, they already know. They know from the door. The minute they launch something that we have a certain amount of people that we know will buy this. And a certain amount will catch on. They already know it from the door. And that's the sad thing about it. You know, it's funny. I remember when I was coming up, those projectors didn't even freaking exist. If you went on to buy a projector, you got a real name brand projector. You got a Sony, you got ViewSonic, you got freaking Samsung, you got Sharp, you got InFocus. You got real projectors. If I missed any, I do apologize. But you got real projectors. Now today, got projectors that sound like planets from another planet. Let me see. I'm missing scissors here because I got to cut these out. It's crazy. So, you know, I'm not supporting this anymore. It's done. We got one customer that's getting this. That's it. And he wanted it. I'm going to send it out to him. And it's discontinued as of today. After the sale is over, all gallons will be discontinued because we're not making gallons anymore. The only ones that will have a gallon, sorry about that, but there's one. It's going to be the outdoor because it is required. And it's just way too much paint. Who's doing? I see people paint entire walls with this stuff, but again, you know, if you're going to be comfortable with a screen, I mean, literally comfortable with a screen, 120 is the biggest you need. You don't need anything over that. You really don't. It becomes distracting. Now, if you got a group of people that's coming over, and yeah, a group of people at 120 inch can view that 120 inch in my whatchamacallit, in one of my well, what you do the 32s? The 32s do up to 150 inches. So 150 inches is a really big screen. It's about 7 feet by 13 feet wide. Very few people do an entire wall. So we don't feel the need to make gallons anymore for these particular products right here. They'll be only designed for the outdoors because the outdoor screens will be max over 150 inches. I think this one right here is perfect. I'm taking this one right here. Fold these up. Get these ready for the customers. There we go. Getting the labels and stuff ready. I do apologize if I was a bit tardy. I'm getting all this taken care of. We just had a lot piled on my plate. But now I got breathing room, taking care of everybody, get everybody done. That's what we're doing. But yeah, we can't support that anymore. There's just no. Just not going to do it. And if, you know, people are going to sit there and say, well, you know, the dark technology, you know, is, look, it is, it's the light products, the gray products, they don't work at all, period. I got a global challenge going on. I'm pretty sure we're going to have a couple of these hitting up my box. They're going to get destroyed. That's what's going to happen to them. They don't pick up the contrast. They won't read the color. Nothing. The screen can't read contrast. I can say that to sundown to sundown, and I'll literally have people informed like, no, it reads contrast. What the freak? Seriously? It can't pick up a contrast level. It can't read it. All these projectors we have in here, it's over 70 projectors at the house, over 70 units in the house. None of them would pick up on a gray screen. How are you reading contrast? Please tell me how you're doing that. I would really like to know how you're reading contrast. My cell phone, like I said, has an OLED screen. That thing reads a contrast level, and one of these monitors reads a contrast level better than a gray screen. Now, I'm not talking to the customers. I'm talking about people who make this stuff. How? Tell me where. Is this possible that you can read a contrast level in a fully lit environment? I literally got on last night. This forum site was nothing but gray screens in there. I said, man, I'll come in here and wipe your entire list. And like just like that. Just like that. You want to talk about contrast? Look, you want to challenge a screen that can read an affinity contrast level on black levels? Are you kidding me? Oh, pick whatever projector you want at the end of the day. We can do this. We can do this around, let's see, fully lit environment. We'll do the demonstration fully lit environment. And let's see if we can pull a star field. Matter of fact, whoever got PayPal accounts or you got websites, tell me where you're at. I'll buy your stuff. I'll bring it over here. Nobody want to talk after that. You can't read a contrast level. You really are not seeing what you think you're seeing from gray screens. You can't see it. That's why if you notice in demonstrations, you will see these screens in these really dark, pitch black environments because the screens have difficult times picking up. You don't see a lot of outdoor demonstrations on them. If you do, it's nighttime. Is there a difference between a gray screen and a white screen? Not by much, to tell you the truth. I've seen that, the difference between a gray and white screen. It's not by much. Neither one can pull contrast. One just puts a little bit better color than the other. That's it. And then the nightmare of all nightmares, if you really want to talk about freaking nightmares, Home Depot, Benjamin Moore, Sherwin-Williams. Any one of those places can match your stuff in a hot second. Ain't matching my stuff at a hot second. I did testing. Made sure we didn't have to go down that road. But yeah, any one of those can match your stuff. That's another nightmare you got to go through. So you're going to have to change sooner or later. There's no purpose for the gray screen anymore. There isn't. I know I don't want to step on anyone's toes at the end of the day by making that statement, but it is what it is. Take it from a person who was developing gray screen paint before a lot of you were sitting on YouTube. I was on YouTube before a lot of people were on YouTube showing off that technology at that level. All right? And I'm here to tell you, there's not a lot that you could do with it. You're going to paint it to a ceiling for an infinity ceiling. You know what color infinity ceilings are, right? They're black, right? So how would you get the stars to pull up and the black space to pull up on a gray screen? How about in a commercial environment? I've been in a lot of commercial environments. How are you going to get that to work? You're going to dim the environment every time you have... No, it's just garbage. Schools, that nonsense at the end of the day, you got to darken the environment every time. It's just, it's a waste of time. It's almost like you're upgrading from a white screen, but you're only just getting a little bit. That's all you're getting from it. You're not getting much from it. So if I do a YouTube field trip, I pop on my machine right now. How many demonstrations I'm going to find that's going to match my ceiling? Just the ceiling alone. With the lights on at 180 inches at about 8 feet, 8.5 feet to the ceiling. How many I'm going to find doing exactly the same demonstration on a gray screen? None. Because it requires contrast. Everything requires contrast. Every single thing requires contrast. That's why gamers go out and buy the OLED TVs, because they want the best contrast. This is why your cell phone has OLED screens on it, because if you found out, if you paid all this money and it came with a gray screen, how fast would you flip out at the end of the day? I think you'd flip out extremely fast. What the freak I got a gray screen on here for? This is old. I want the new stuff. I want a black. There you go. Just answered your own question. Why do you want a black one? Because you want the superior contrast and that beautiful color. That's what you want. You just answered your own question right there. And it's funny how I got people that'll contact me and talk trash about black screens, but yet you have OLED technology sitting on your phone, and if they gave you a gray screen, the first thing you would say is the reason why you want a black screen, oh, because you want the ultimate black levels, you want higher color pop, that's what you want. Because if that's the case, and you're against black technology, then how about you just go out and trade your TV in, get one of those floor model wooden TVs, the ones that take forever to lift and take from here to there. That's the one thing, if you get robbed, no one's going to take out of your house. Can you imagine if people were shoplifting TVs and we still had them old floor models? Them things would never leave. It would be virtually impossible to get them things out of there. That's a thought right there. Just make the new TVs and put them in giant old cabinets. But anyway, the contrast is important. It's needed. This is the reason why when you buy projectors come up, they have more and more insane contrast capabilities attached to them. You never hear a company coming up and oh yeah, we got a 3001 white level. We have a 2,000,001 white. They don't do that. They just basically put in these high inky contrast levels because the screens are going to generate it. They already know it from the door. That's why projectors have these insane amount of contrast attached to it. But the gray screen, not to put anybody down, I'm sorry, it just ruffles some feathers, but it is what it is. You can't read at all. You can't read near our screens. You can't read near the gunmetal certifies. You can't read at all, period. And doing that, I've seen turn out all the lights and they'll put a monitor up to their screen. Says, look, I'm doing the same thing as a monitor. No, you're not. That monitor, you can turn all the lights on. You can pull a star field on that monitor. You can't do it on your screen. Maybe your projector has the capability, but your screen doesn't. And if your screen doesn't have the capability, then the projector doesn't have it either. That's another failed demonstration. Same people doing that all the time. Ooh, the same thing. No, you can't. No, you can't. And if you're going to sit there and say, well, your black technology doesn't pick up. Oh, heck yes, it does. I'm going to ask you a question. What do you think? All this is a freaking optical illusion? Like I'm brainwashing people at the end of the day? You do know I was just outside yesterday showing off a snowstorm off a 1,000 lumen projector, right? So, you know, we do these demonstrations all the time. And it's funny because I'll be like in this environment and that environment, this environment. Oh, but, you know, no one can't see the screen. There's people walking by on camera saying, wow, the screen looks absolutely amazing. Oh, man. This is why people who make those statements, I got something to say to you. Where are your gray versus gray demonstrations? Because, again, that's how we prove our black or white levels are higher than the normal house paint or fabrics. It's called a black versus black, which you don't have this at all. Tell you the truth, honestly, the scary thing about gray screen paints right now, and to tell you, besides what we could do to y'all stuff at the end of the day, but the most scariest part is you really don't know what you're getting in the mail. And how do you know you're not getting a house paint? If it's not tested, how do you know? You just watch somebody on YouTube do it. You just watch somebody on YouTube do it twice. Match a screen paint that they bragged and boasted that this paint was supposed to be a different product. It was supposed to give you better color, better contrast. It was clearly different from any other product, and it matched the house paint. That is scary as I don't know what. So, what's to say that when your product comes over, how do you know? Is there a batch number testing this out? Any previous test showing that it's not matching any house paint? Any gray versus gray? Anything on the websites? I'm not talking about one person. I'm talking about everybody. What do you think I asked Smarter Screens? I had the conversation with Smarter with their black screen. I said, do you have a black versus black demonstration? Our stuff is tested. I didn't ask if your stuff was tested. I asked you a simple question. I said, do you have a black versus black? What is the difference between your product and black paint? Which I'm about to find out in a couple of days. Because I'm going to test their stuff now. Because there's no way in the world. That screen literally should have came out that dark. That screen's white levels are absolutely horrible. So now I got to test to see how close that thing is going to come up to everyday black paint. Because again, I asked them the question and they told me, well, it's been tested. Same thing like the white surface. They just told me that the white surface can take a direct hit from sunlight. I literally recorded it if you want to go back and watch that talk I had with them. Can take a direct hit from sunlight. That's 100,000 lux of light coming from the sun that's hitting a screen, and you just told me this screen can take it at a white screen. Okay. Can't wait to test that one out. Where's my, okay, so this one's done for them. Yeah, you got to ask the questions. And guess what? I'm going to ruffle some feathers in this video. You're going to be getting mad like, oh, here he goes again. I'm going to ruffle some feathers. You have to ruffle your feathers because, you know, I'm an armed customers. I got an information page I'm designing on my page to teach customers what to ask for when they're buying screen paint products, how to look for projectors. All that information is going to be on there. So we buy these different, there's certain form of LED lights I won't touch with a 10-foot pole because I have a lot of experience with LED lights. So I work with them all the time. And we're going to have all that information on there. But one of the things we're going to have on there, questions you need to ask when you're buying a screen paint. One of the questions you need to ask is you need to see all tests on that product before it was launched. They can't give you any tests. That means that stuff is not tested. You could be getting anything in the mail. That's why we started the Network Gray 773. The Network Gray 773 was started because I sat there and I thought to myself that, you know, with these tones being so frequently, and I know some of you naysayers in the room, I know one of you got to be in here somewhere. If you're in there, hello, you better listen up to this one. With the tones being out on the market. Now before, you didn't have all these different gray paints. You just had bare 1050. Before we had silver screen, before silver screen resisted, you had bare 1050 and flat black paint. People put a little pearl essence to it. They would take flat black, bare 1050, take a quart of that, and they would take 2 scoops, which you just made, same way. People put 2 scoops in black paint, that was the toner, and then they would put in some pearl essence, add a little silver, a little spark to it. That's what they were doing. That's how it all first started. He wouldn't know this because he wasn't around at all, period. Now, that's the only way you can make gray paint. It was the only way you could do it. They didn't have any in the store. There was nothing there at all, period. Before the PPG came into play was Martha Stewart. Martha Stewart used to sell her Metallica collection over at Home Depot, because I know we used to buy that stuff to put in our products. That was another product they had. It was a little expensive, like $7, $8 for around something like less than 8 ounces, but you know, it was pretty good. And then later on, Lowe's came up with this kind of like sparkly glitter stuff that you put in your ceiling and stuff like that, and they started using that too. Now, after a while, Martha Stewart lost her license or whatever went on with that. I don't know. But they changed out to something called PPG. Oh, Ralph Lauren. Sorry, Ralph Lauren had their own metallic paint. Did you know that? Yeah. They were in Home Depot before PPG. And then Ralph Lauren lost theirs. And I think it's PPG, if I'm saying it right. They came in after them. Because I was buying this stuff up and I was selling it. And I need to know exactly what was going to be in and not, because that's where my main place I was buying my stuff at was Home Depot. All right. So now we have a whole selection of gray paints as far as the eye can see. That's your nightmare right there, because I say 90% of that stuff will match your stuff. And not just you guys, I mean the high grade screens too, Box. Yeah, there's a couple other companies too. Do Screen. You might want to look into this. Yeah. So what's the difference? We've been doing black on black demonstrations since 7s. Somebody brought it up to us, a troll brought it up to us. He said, hey, what's the difference between your product and black paint? And I was like, you know, that's an interesting question. You know, we took and ran with that. I could have sat there and go, oh no, back down like you guys do at the end of the day. I'm talking to naysayers. Back down like you guys become cowards and don't do testing as your product. No, we ran the daylights out of that baby, because I'm curious myself. Like, oh, yeah, good point there. Like, I wonder. And then we ran through all the paint, because we were buying paints, doing demonstrations. Well, what about fabric? Can a tablecloth match our stuff? What about using micro mesh? Can that match our stuff? Plastic, can that match our stuff? Can film match? That's why we have all these demonstrations. I was thinking about, I wonder if someone can try to make our stuff. Yeah, we have a video showing us trying to make 4 different forms of paint with water, mica, and same thing they try to make. That's why I was laughing on camera, because we already did it already to our own stuff. Yeah, we ran all those tests because we had to make sure 100%. So anytime I'm dealing with somebody who wants 80 gallons of my stuff and they go, well, how do I know I can go to Home Depot and get black paint? There you go. Knock yourself out. There you go. That's why they buy from us. Now, you guys, on the other hand, who make these great products, I'm talking about all of them, not just that one or those 2, all of them, you haven't done these tests yet. And because you haven't done these tests yet, there's a scary possibility that your stuff can match your stuff. Or even worse, scary scenario, as we told with Jamie, and this is a very, very scary scenario, that because you charge $60 for your product, clearly shows that you don't have enough breathing room to really make any money back to yourself. There's your scary point right there. See, he can't sell the product in our price range due to the fact that he doesn't have enough credibility to back his product. That's why. We could take out high-grade certified screens. We can easily get $500, $600, $700 for my stuff easily if I wanted to. So he can't do that. He doesn't have enough testing. He can't batch number test his stuff. He doesn't have any testing before the product was actually designed. He can't even do a ship back on the product because it was never tested. He didn't even know how to troubleshoot his own stuff. So that makes the product way below. Matter of fact, it should be lower than that because it matched house paint. It should be actually under the price of a quart of the network grade 773. The Cinemax should be. That's the only one he tested. The rest of them, they do testing, they go underneath that one. But anyway, so really technically he should be getting far less. But at $60, when you really add it up, the business part of it all, he doesn't really make enough to be able to keep a little bit of money back to himself. He's lucky if he can scrape back $10 back to himself. When you think I'm joking, add it up. We did the math. You can't scrape. I used to sell my product for $60. I know this from the door. I know how much it costs because at one point, digital and crystal screen paint used to be $60. This is how I know this. By the time you take care of buying ink, how much ink costs at the end of the day? That'll kill $60 right there by itself. It's just ink by itself. And mind, that was back then. Now things are 10 times more expensive. Paper costs money. $20 for paper. Guess what that eats out of your expenses? when you're running a business, you don't want to take anything out of your own pocket. So if he's working and he's taking money out of the job he's working at to support his business, that means his business is not doing too well. Your business has to operate on its own independently without any help. Which means when you first start your company, which I did, and you go on a sort of vintage choice, your company is not known. No one knows what it is. You don't have enough testing underneath of it. So it's just basically just barely breathing. And you have to breathe life into it. So you have to figure a way how to support your company to get it off the ground. And that's what I did at eBay. I went on eBay and sold vintage collectible toys to push money into my company to buy the things that I needed to do the testing and demonstrations and buy projectors and everything I needed in order to get it where it needs to be at. Now, once your company gets noticed, once it starts picking up a clientele of customers that come in and buy and customer testimonies and all that good stuff, then your company starts making a little more money, and then you can charge a little bit more for your product, which I did. And because of that, I realized that my company was running independently by itself. It was making more than enough money, and I didn't need eBay anymore, so I shut eBay down. But if you're still taking money out of your job to support your company that you've had for 2, 3, and 5 years, you need to just give up the company, just go back to work, because your company's not working at all, period. You are still trying to feed this thing to get it to breathe or live or whatever you want to call it. So at $60, and if you're making this stuff out of the paints, like black and white paint, which we saw in the demonstration, is basically black and white paint, there's no point in making it by the quart. It just, you eat up too much of your profit. You have to invest. So you have to invest in a gallon, because these out of a gallon, you may chew away that 60, but at least you have 3 quarts left over the profit from. You have to consider that. But anything could eat that away. I mean, anything. He can't afford to do a ship back, because the shipping cost alone is going to eat at his profit. So that's going to kill it to ship it back and forth. Can't do that. Dealing with overseas customers, that's going to be an issue right there, because that means the overseas customers are going to spend $70 to ship it back and $70 to ship for him to ship it to you. You're still going to get hit with a surcharge fee either way. You send it back, $70. Well, first of all, you buy it, $70. You have a problem with it and you ship it back, $70. And then if he's going to ship it back to you, you're going to still pay another $70. Gee whiz, you just paid more than what the product costs. So you consider that, because he doesn't have enough money to ship that back to you. He's going to have to take money out of his own expenses, his job, in order to fix that problem. And he shouldn't have to, if he did his business correctly. So if you spend $23, which I'm pretty sure it's a lot higher than it now, which would be nice, $23 for a gallon. That's $23 out of 60 you got to take out of your profit. You're going to spend $17 per quart, which we know is higher than that now. So we're already at $40. You got $20 left over. You still got to ship it out. That's $8 for one of these mailers, $8.50. So that cuts away from that. God forbid if you put any silver into that, or you put any glitter in that, that's $7 or $8 for the glitter, and then turn around additional maybe $20 for the silver. And if you get it at 8 ounces, you're talking about somewhere maybe between $7 or $8. That still can cut away at your profit. See what I mean? You ain't left with anything. So what would be a better option to make sure I keep more profit back to myself? Slide it off a shelf. Because if you slide it off a shelf, that means you can get a gallon. And if you got the super paint, he would have got it at around $23 or $24. That's what he would have got it for. It's $17 over here. I know over in California, the inflation, everything's a little more expensive over there. It'd probably be about $23. He would have got it over there. So that means he would at least kept a little bit more money to himself. And then with the ship out over here in the United States, yeah, roughly, even if he was able to hit at 30, he'd still have $30 left to himself. Yeah. So how much you want to bet that they're sliding it off a shelf? $30 compared to probably about $5 or $6 in your pocket. Yep. That's how we know. And on top of that, if you're making stuff with that same black and white mixture and you haven't figured out, we'll put it this way. Here's the sad thing about it. There's cheaper ways to design this stuff on an advanced level. I can't tell you what it is, But you got to crack books to know this stuff. You got to crack books. You got to learn some chemistry. You got to learn some of this stuff. You got to learn all that stuff. You got to learn how the sun operates and all that stuff. You do all this research and study and all. You have to do all this. You got to buy tons of projectors and you do all this stuff. You do a ton of testing, and you will figure out that there are elements. You have to test all different forms of elements and chemicals and stuff to see exactly what works and what doesn't work, and you have to figure this out. So that's why when you come on YouTube and you do that black and white paint that's supposed to be our product, you are so far from where we're at, it's not even funny. You're still in the dinosaur era. That's what you're at. That's what I see when you pull out that black paint and that mica and that water. I don't know what the water is for. I don't know. You're still in the dinosaur era. People were doing that stuff 10 years ago. Heck, I've seen somebody even put silver nail polish into it. Spray paint. I've seen it all. So yeah, you're still in the dinosaur era. That's where you're at. You haven't even, oh, good gracious, so far behind. Not even funny how far behind at all. Well, that's that. Well, anyway, I try to give them a little information, how to do things, But again, anyway, as a screen paint maker to another, I still try to give them some information. They're dirt bags at the end of the day. They do dirty stuff. I still try to give them some information, but you got to crack books. I'm sorry, but you got to, if you're too lazy to make a decent website, a lot of you not. I've been to the websites, at least his is a little better, but still, he steals images at the end of the day, and he causes for claim for, he's doing installments here. You don't even did an installment in that environment. Come on, dude, and your stuff is not even tested correctly, and you're just writing all this dumb nonsense in your description of what your product is supposed to be, and it's not even that. It's not even close. So if you guys are not going to take the time to do proper testing, to take the time to design a decent looking website, we know you're not going to take the time to research and study different forms of elements and formulas to make better products. Because for you guys, it's more like, let's make something fast, let's make something quick, let's talk it a real hype up, and then we'll sell it, and then people will buy it. That's what you at the end of the day. And then you come across somebody like me that dots all their I's and crosses all their T's, that will get your stuff and destroy it. And there's millions of my kind floating around. Go to EBS forums. You'll bump into a lot of my kind. There's one guy, he's still there, a guy by the name of Mississippi Man. He was an interesting guy to talk to. A guy quite intelligent too, extremely intelligent. You can't run that nonsense over there with them. It don't work over there. Run that range gain. Go, please do. I'm still waiting for that. If he opens up a form, I'm popping in this form. I've got to see this lecture. Explain to us what that range gain is. If not, they're gonna call you on it. But yeah, getting back to that, everything else, yeah, you better hope that Home Depot, Lowe's, none of them companies pick up on this gray screen paint stuff, and they decide to go with it because they can push it in places you can't even go. It's a clear corporation at the end of the day. And for us, that's opportunity for us. They pick up on that stuff and they start marketing and selling their own form of projection screen paint, which is funny because when the Bear Silver Screen came out, literally everybody thought Home Depot had their own projection screen. It was just the name of the product. That's all, Bear Silver Screen. But a lot of people thought it was that. And it's funny because so many people bought this stuff thinking it was for that. When you went in and asked for it, like, hey, I need the movie paint, and they're, oh, Bear Silver Screen, they automatically know what it is. So let them get wind to figure out, hey, look, we can do this. We can do pre-coated screens. We can make our little Home Depot home theater paint at the end of the day. And of course, you're going to make it gray. That's opportunity for us because we can go in there and have them paint their screen up and crush your screen. Dismissing, there you go, there you go, there you go, there you go, there you go. They want the best for their customers. And they're going to get a contract through us. Yeah, I'm just trying to tell you. So that tells you right there that you need to upgrade your stuff. That's what you need to do. Gray screen, don't get me wrong, it served its purpose. It did. But it's over. It is over. And the reason why is because we're the ones who put the nail in the coffin for it. And I'll tell you why. The gunmetal technology. The gunmetal technology, when it came out, was literally so expensive, and it's still expensive now, that the gunmetal decided, let's just say it decided to bring out their product at around under what we pay for, what we charge for our stuff. You would be obsolete so fast it wouldn't be funny. Because the gunmetal technology is more superior than a gray and white screen. the Black Diamonds, the DMP Supernovas, Daylight Technology, they're more superior than you guys, the gray and white screens, okay? So, with that being said, say they come out and their products were like something like under $500. Then you would have people going to buy more of their screens than your product. Because again, this is a screen that's way more superior than yours. Why would I downgrade my projector when I can have that advanced technology at the end of the day? Your stuff would have been obsolete. Now, the gunmetal screens being so expensive at $4,000 and $5,000, $3,000 screens, people just go with the budget paints, which are the gray screens, and the white surface, which is the budget surface and screens, right? But when we came out, we developed the same thing as gray screens and everybody else, but then we converted over into black technology, which makes our technology more advanced than the gunmetal technology, which we've showed you dozens times. We're more advanced than their screens, which means because our price is actually lower than theirs, we can take their customers and we can take yours at the same time, because we leveled the playing field. So if I came in and I developed that black technology to be more expensive than the certifies, that means the certified screens could easily say, well, look, at the end of the day, these don't cost as much as those jokers at the end of the day, because they want too much money for those screens. I can't believe what people are paying for those. Interesting. See how the pecking order pops up? So bottom line is, because our products are more affordable, that means the customer can come in and they can buy technology that's far more advanced than the gray screen, far more advanced than the white screen, and far more advanced than the gunmetal certified at a much lesser price. That would make us a dominant technology. That's why I put a global challenge out. Only that to test out some new stuff, but also to show you at the end of the day that how much confidence we have in our products. I wish one of you guys would make a global challenge at the end of the day. Boy, I'll be so there. I'll be sending all kinds of stuff to y'all front door, man. Knock y'all stuff out with no problem. Go ahead, please do. Open your mouth on that one and see what happens. See how fast I'll take you down. And it's your site. So are you talking about shutting down your site, man? You do more than shut your site down. Mine, you got 404 error codes that popped up on their site. Think about this. I know they can get mad about it. I don't care. But you have to think, you did it to yourself. You could have just sent the product over. That's all you had to do was just send it over. What was the problem? Now we had to go through freaking mind games and tricks and trickery and dumb nonsense at the end of the day. Cancel receipts. Website shutting down. He shut his website down. 404 error code popped up on his site. Jamie went and shut down his eBay account. We got a 404 error code popped up on his. We got multiple cancels. Removing of states. And you want someone to have confidence in your product? Put it this way, if I'm such a scammer at the end of the day, if I'm such a fake at the end of the day, if my products don't work at the end of the day, you guys are showing a ton of fear for something that's not supposed to be the real thing. Like I said, at the end of the day, you guys talk a lot of trash, but if I want to embarrass you, I'll go buy from you. I get my money right back. You can't send that stuff over here, and you know you can't send it over here if it don't work. And once we hit the global challenge, which is next month, that means that we're looking for screens from companies. And that means they can send theirs over. And I bet you don't show up. So, like I said, I told you. You know that because your product's not tested correctly, but also, too, with Jamie making the great products are obsolete. They are. They're obsolete products. Let me see what we're doing here. We got this right here, these two over here, and we got a gallon on the floor that got to be done. So let me get this guy taken care of. This one's already done. This is going to be shipped out. I got to get a medium-sized box for this guy. Get him taken care of. Get him taped up. Can't get mad about it. And they get mad about it. They come and call me up and they get mad and they scream and yell and all. And I just sit there and laugh at you because it's funny. It's funny. When you guys say nasty things about me, do you hear me calling you guys up? No, I don't call you guys. I'm going to call you for it. You can't back up anything you say. No, it's never going to happen. We're never going to have that stuff in our box. I'm going to be going up every day. No, I'm going to go up every Friday to check the box and see what's in there. Now, if we don't get anybody in there, that's still a win-win for us. because we put that challenge out there. As a matter of fact, if you look at the 1100 lumen challenge, we challenged everybody in that demonstration. That thing's been sitting there untouched. It's going on 5 years now. It's untouched. It's on Google. It's called 1100 challenge. We put it up there. The FLE technology, the one that ate through that sunlight, it has a challenge sitting on top of it too. For any screen claiming to have the best ambient projection, match or better that demonstration. We haven't got one yet. We're still waiting. Now, I know customers are here like, oh, I don't. So at the end of the day, look, put it this way. Only people that don't like us are people who make these products. They don't like us at all, period. And I don't care if you don't like us at all. You know, I'm not in here to make friends with you. I'm really not. I'm in here to have the best product. That's what I want. I want the best product. I want to be number one. That's what I want. And one of the things you're going to realize at the end of the day that I don't even have to be in a mansion and I can still crush your stuff. Heck, I can be in a hole in the earth and I can still develop technology to wipe you clean. I don't have to have a fancy property or drive fancy cars at the end of the day. I don't say, oh, he has to have. No, I don't need any of that. I can wipe out as much technology as I want. As a matter of fact, I'm developing something which is designed for this particular project. I don't want my other stuff involved in it. So I'm making something special for you guys. It's going to be a personal nightmare. I can literally make a screen paint called Nightmare, and it's designed to wipe your stuff clean, just for that purpose only. Do you really want to go down that road? And for my customers, they freaking love it. You know why? Because they got somebody who's engineering top grade technology. Someone's actually working. Someone's actually putting the time in to develop and work hard, develop good products, and then have to worry about getting stuck with some freaking insane sticker price. Like, what the freak? He wants all. Yeah, they don't have to go through that at the end of the day. They know at the end they can afford my stuff. I got a screen at 100. Look at that screen over there. That screen's $167. And it can take out any certified that touches it. And if you don't believe me, well, before I put the challenge up, I'm going to go order from your site. I'm going to tell you exactly what screen I'm going to put you against. And I guarantee you, put my money back in my account. I guarantee you. I guarantee you. Now, mind, the other guy moved the entire state. Keep in mind, that'd be kind of interesting. If he basically, if his fan base pressures him to send us the paint. You know what that means, Danny? That means you're going to have to put the state of Pennsylvania back in to ship it over here. That's going to be embarrassing. You should have never took it out to begin with. That was just downright stupid to begin with. But if your fan base pressures you and tells you, look, you need to go in and back your product up again, this global challenge, send that product over, that means you're going to have to put the state of Pennsylvania back in to send it over here. And that's going to hurt. But you should have never took it out to begin with. Ooh, this is done. On top of that, what I like about this challenge on top of the day for the other people that are professionals in the field, which I can't wait to meet. These are people I get a chance to basically mingle with and work with at the end of the day and learn something new. And they can learn something new. These are people that are on a professional level. These are people we're talking about. These other two people, no, they're not on the professional level whatsoever. I'm in here just to embarrass your stuff altogether. Oh shit, I thought about that. We could do that. I can literally design a screen paint just for you two alone. Just challengers. No, it's a waste of time. You can't back up your stuff anyway. It's no point. It's a waste of my time at the end of the day. Just go in and just develop a screen paint just to take your stuff out. It'd be no point. Heck, I can name exactly your product and take out your own stuff with your own name. But no, it's just a waste of time. That's shenanigans right there. That's just being petty. We ain't got time for petty. No, we don't have time for that. I just don't like people who talk trash and say you can back their products up and can't back up jack at the end of the day. I really don't like that. If you can back it up, back it up. If you can't, then get out of the business. Wasting my time, wasting everybody else's time. I tell you, once we launch that global challenge, there's no way around that monster. What are you going to do? You're going to ignore us? If you ignore us, your fan base is going to basically mess with you. They're going to contact you. They're going to speak with you. Yeah, they're going to talk to you. They're going to say, hey, man, look, you need to send that paint over there to them. You need to stop avoiding and send the paint to them. What you afraid of? I'll put you on blast. Then what are you going to do? Send it over. That's what you're going to do. All right, I like this right here. I gotta figure out what screen are we going to design for the outdoor portable, which I haven't decided to get to that yet. They said it probably was front and rear. I would love. I can't wait to test that stuff, man. I want to see if it is front and rear. That's not front and rear. I haven't seen any demonstrations on it being actual front and rear. So that's virtually not showing any demonstrations on it whatsoever. Now, if you notice that the stuff we make for the projector mapping is no longer on the site, because that's being switched over for something else I want to use it for. That's going to be strictly for companies only. Majority of people who buy that stuff are companies anyway. I don't see why a customer would need projector mapping applications in their home. I don't know. I don't know. Mostly businesses use that kind of technology. And what was the other one we got rid of? We moved, not get rid of, but we're actually moving for a business. Because I'm actually building another marketplace on my site, but you need passwords to get into that one. Because that's for companies only. So right now, I'm going to be working on the apps for my site. Because as I said before, I'm looking at a majority of a bulk of my business, oopsie, being out there. And we need to be able to access the website, and we need to have apps on the website. I mean, if we have to remove some of the anime, I think they have too much anime on the site that's actually causing the site to trigger. We just grab that. That's right. Oh, it's right there. Duh. Man, I miss the days and screen paints where people backed up their stuff. They did. I miss those days. These are people who really made good screen paint products. There were no fakes. There were no lying about specifications or none of that stuff. Everybody stayed true to the word. Now you got people coming out here making crappy paints just like they make these crappy projectors. Nothing but a bunch of fakes. And in the meanwhile, you consumers get ripped off. And if you sit back there and say, well, hey, Ken, we feel you're ripping people off too. Well, I'll see you in court. You got a chance to back that up, because if you don't, I'm going to clean the clock. I'm going to clean your clock big time. I explain to people that a courtroom is a different area for me. It's a different area for me. You see me in a courtroom and you're in there, you're going to get your clock clean. I'm the kind of person who stacks up tons of evidence on people before I walk into a courtroom. You're going to get crushed in there. So if I am this person at the end of the day, again, where's my black paint, which I'm still waiting on that. Why we get so many cancellations at the end of the day. And yeah, they're going to get their clocks clean in court. And if I'm all these things. And again, someone who's can't back their products is not going to put out global challenges or any kind of challenges whatsoever. That's why they don't do it. So some contest, King's Challenge. That sounds so corny at the end of the day. No, how about you challenge everything? Us, certify everybody. If you want to talk about how good your product is. Do we have anything else? Let me see something. There's got to be somebody out there. We haven't even been there yet. Oh, what they said whatchamacallem had a black screen. I think it's Optima. Optima projection screens. It's Spectrum. Spectrum's gunmetal. It's $1,000. But that's not Optima. That's their own projection screen, don't they? No. Black projection screens. None of these are black. And that right there, it's not even a black screen. That right there is technically the backdrop that you use when you do videos. That's what that is. It's vinyl. We tested that vinyl against our screen. So that's not going to work. It's 150 bucks. I wish they made it in a different size because I can convert that into black technology. That would look really nice in black technology too. I should make a nice demonstration to coat half of it with our technology and the other half and just leave it plain. That would look really nice. So I'm on here. I'm going to do some research real quick. I want to see if we can find an actual black screen. I've seen smarter surfaces. This is for a background photo, but I wonder if they make this. They make this a little bit longer. I'm going to turn one of these into a projection screen. Oh, no. This would be perfect for 4.3 and freaking vertical displays. Yeah, that would be nice for it. Oh, they got a gray one too. Interesting. Look, there's a gray one. I wonder if someone would put that against their paint at the end of the day, because I'm definitely going to put that black one against my product. We do vinyl all day long. Matter of fact, I do the vinyl on the back of the screens all the time. Yeah, how about you put that against your screen and see what happens? I bet you that does the same thing your screen paint does, but better. Guarantee you. Look at that. Because I'm buying this one right here. I'm getting this one. We've done black vinyl, black PVC. As a matter of fact, one of the demonstrations, we had an Elite screen up there, and I told you about the time they basically screwed up my screen. They forgot to put in the tension rods, and they never picked up the screen, which we got our money back, but never got the screen. So we used the screen for demonstrations. So as I'm taking the screen down, he comes into my channel and goes, well, why don't you show the black side? I bet you that'll match your screen. You are so desperate, aren't you? We done that test already. We did it about a year ago because I was curious myself. No, I'm very thorough about my testing, but we did it anyway. I'll show you. I'll link it up. You can see the YouTube video. He got embarrassed and left the room. Yep, it says right in the video, embarrassed Jamie on a live stream. Doing too much, man. But we've done these before. That's nothing. So yeah, I'm definitely going to buy that. I'm going to paint half of this right here and show our technology versus that, definitely. But I'm going to convert that into a screen. I wish it was a little bit longer. Oh, we can make a great gaming screen, man. We can put a decal design here, and put the screen slim in the middle. Take a projector, put it in portrait mode for gaming. That would be sick. I wonder how heavy the rail was at the bottom. Collapsible background, professional. Okay, this is for professional backgrounds. That's what it is. But that gray one right there looks pretty nice. But he's not going to do it anyway, so you know that from the door. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to make that Metallica Mix 2.0. I'm going to put that against there and see if that matches. Because should be doing this test. I'm saying I should never have to do that for anybody's product. They should do it themselves. It should be curiosity to know how much your stuff matches. But I need to save this because I'm definitely getting this. Ooh, we can do this one here. We can do a green one. We can keep the sides green and keep a black strip down. Oh, that would be sick for a gaming display. I'm going to do something sick for a gaming display. So these are the colors they have. So if I do green, I can do green. I'm going to see this video she has right here. It's a pretty good size. This is where this is completely stupid, and I'll tell you why. If the background you have is gray, just use the background. I can see if your walls are like these crazy printed colors behind the back of it. You just need this right here, but I don't know why you need that right there against a gray wall. I think the gray wall would be much better. But anyway, each his own. But still, yeah, this is a good size right here. And it's only 100. Motorized projection screen is actually much cheaper. It's like $79 for a motorized projection screen when you really think about it. This is not motorized, but I'm still going to coat one anyway. What the heck? Might as well. Alright. That's not bad. We definitely got to convert one of them. So they got a black one here. We're definitely going to do the black one. Why not? We did a black one, put it against our screen, show that we won't even match this. We done vinyl anyway, but might as well. And I definitely want to get this gray one over here. We're definitely get this gray one. Matter of fact, I might just get this one too. I want to turn this into a gaming screen. I like that bright green in the background. We can put some artwork behind the back of that, here, here, and here. Have a black strip of our technology down the middle, and it hit the back bar. It's a night to neon. Oh, that looks so sick. That would look really sick with that. All right, I'm going to save this. Did I say I'm going to save this already? I'm in here looking at black projection screens, trying to find a black projection screen. And ran across this. I'm thinking, oh, this would make a great test against our screen paints. But not only that, they got this green one over here, but then I saw the gray one. I was like, huh. We won't go near that with a 10-foot pole. Let me see. I'm going to go back to my search of trying to find a black screen. That's gunmetal. And this is supposed to be black rear. And that's Screen Innovation. That's the 0H. We have that here already. We already have the 0H here. Black projection screen. Black projection screen. This is supposed to be black. I bet you $100 is not black. I bet you the screen itself, of course, they're not black. I had somebody one time contact me and said, oh, but they have black projection screens they saw on eBay. I said, no, the casing is black. That's what's black. So the casing is black. The screen itself is white. See? White screen, but the casing is black. That's what I mean by black projection screen. It means the casing is basically black, not the screen itself. Oh, well. We found one company that was over at Smarter Surfaces, but man, the conversation I just had with them on the white screen, no. We're not. You can't do that. Where are you getting this? Where are they getting that from? Oh, I got a video to shoot for them. I can't wait to get that Surface over here. I got a video to shoot for them. Come on now. I mean, really? I thought he was worth some base of his specification sheet. Matter of fact, it's not even on the specification sheet on that product. He's just going along with that. What if I was a company at the end of the day and I wanted to order a bunch of those white screens from them? They told me it takes a direct hit from sunlight. And then I go outside and I have this wedding event and it doesn't work. Everybody's washed out. They're not there. What the freak? Seriously? That's so craziness. Now, the question I asked about the black screen, because I have it here, I said, can I take it outside? It's not weatherproof. It's not designed to be taken outside. So guess what? On top of that, I asked them about the angle gain on the screen. They said the angle gain on the screen was 140, which technically it is 140, because when you turn to the side, they go dark, which I can't figure out that either. What about the white level performance? How good is the white level? The white levels are excellent. No, from what we saw on our end, it wasn't excellent. It was actually horrible. I don't know. Don't know. So I'm going to get my Zella, that's called Zella, to my phone so I can place my orders out there. Yeah, somebody out there, they can swipe their credit card right through my phone and transfer right through our website. All that's being set up. That's why I said my sales will be going to be 10 times than what they're online. Don't get me wrong, I love my sales here, but mind you, people are going to be out there being able to touch and see the physical screen right there. The only times I had somebody say, do you have a website? 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 Every single time I had the screen on site. Everybody that walked past that thing looked at it and says, that looks just like a TV. If I had one of those credit card strips in my card, I could have made a ton of money on that site. A ton of money. Now this time around, we do it smarter. This time we get the business cards, we get the brochures, get the t-shirts with our custom logos on it, all that good stuff, and we have the account already set up. Wow, yeah. Woo! Done with my labels. Abel, the labels. Let that finish. I got a cool cut in the backyard too. On top of that, get the backyard turned on. Yeah, like I said, black screen, a gray screen served its purpose. It did a great job. I made a lot of money off the gray screen paint. Made good money off of it. It was a good product. But the problem you have here with the gray screen is you can't compete with the gunmetal technology. There's your roadblock right there. I'm not so much your roadblock. You got to get past that certified first. That's where the large chunk of the money's at, is with them. In order for us to prove our company's value, our technology's value, we have to go against those screens. We don't get anything from you guys. Gray screen paints, we don't get nothing from you guys. Everybody knows that gray screen paints are budget screens. Everybody knows this. No one looks at a gray screen as a professional screen. Nobody does. If you look at Elite Screen Selection, they have the Cinema Gray. It's a light gray screen. It's $800. After that, you have the Cinema Gray 5D, Cinema Gray 3D. You got all those. They're a little bit darker. They're considered to be in the mid category. And then you have the Dark Star 9. That's a flagship screen. Those are the ones they talk about. They talk more about the Cinema Gray 5D a lot, and they talk a lot about the Dark Star 9. But the lighter gray screens are budget screens, and then you hit the white screens. So if you can't afford, if you want to upgrade, some people can't afford, and they have to upgrade, chances are they're going to pay the $800. The other ones are $1,500, $1,600, $1,700 screens. And then you reach that Dark Star 9, talking about $3,000. This is just for a 100-inch screen. These are 100 inches only. These are 120 inches at the end of the day. So most people are going to stick. They're going to go to Home Depot. Matter of fact, most people are not even going to buy from these guys. They're going to go right down to Home Depot or Lowe's, and they're going to make it themselves. They'll go to a form site, and the form site's going to tell them how it's made. I need a great paint. There's a ton of them in there showing you how to make great paints at the end of the day. So they'll go to one of them. As a matter of fact, there's a couple people on YouTube right now to show you how to make it. So what's the difference between their product and those gray paints? They haven't done those tests yet, so guess what? You can make it from them or basically just slide it off a shelf. It served its purpose. Before all that gunmetal technology ever existed, the gray screen reigned supreme. It was, most people were going toward that because goose screen was so expensive. That's what people toward to make their own stuff, because goose screen stuff was really, really, really crazy expensive. So people were coming up with their own ideas to make their own great paints, and that's how all that started. So gunmetals come out. They show that their technology is far more advanced than the gray screen and white screen, but they have heavy, massive tag attached to them. It costs a lot of money. And people rather just either make it themselves, or if they buy it from somebody who shows they have some credibility and their product basically works, they'll buy from them. But if your product shows that it has a failure rate attached to it, they don't touch you. Especially if you're matching house paint, and that's something they're going to do anyway. They're going to go in and make it anyway. That's why we have all those demonstrations to show that you can't duplicate or make our stuff at the end of the day. You have to go through us. That's already there, right? Give it to that. So that's how that works right there. It's a budget paint. That's what it is. Gray screens are budget screens. If they were high performance screens, then the gunmetals would be the budget screens, and on the gray and white screens would be the $3,000, $4,000 screens. They're budget screens. Poor ambient light projection, poor color. And if you want to talk about white levels, well, white screen actually reigns supreme on that right there. So, where does the gray screen fit in that? I don't know. It doesn't fit in too much anywhere now. It used to be a screen that you could get better contrast on and better color on versus the white screen. No one talked about white levels on a gray screen. That's why I say these guys to come out there and talk about white levels, white levels, white levels. White levels were never discussed on a gray screen. It was supposed to be the color and contrast because that's what you were trying to pick up. At that time, the gray screen was battling the white screen. So you can't talk about superior white levels if the white screen has that capability from day one. Really? That's why I haven't taped those this thing good. Let's look up the P2. This projector has a 500,000 to 1 contrast sitting on top of it. How many demonstrations am I going to find of that projector operating in a fully lit environment? I'm not talking about dim lights in corners and a light in the window popped up. I'm talking about fully lit environment. Let's just give you an idea of what I'm looking for. This is what we need to match. Because I had an Optima GT55 and inside and out. So let's go scroll down the bottom. Your customers. Can't say outside because we're going to keep it fair. We'll do it inside with an ultra short throw. This would be the giant grid. And nothing, we got nothing here. There's just no point. There's nothing here that screen's going to be able to touch. And over here, we're outside on these demonstrations. So I forget that one right there altogether. It's just not going to work. Let's see. That's a 2.0 right there in a fully lit environment on an ultra short though that can pick up. So let's go with let's go to our collection. We'll pull up our ultra short throw. And this guy comes in and tells me that, hey, I've been through your channel and I've never seen a demonstration of ultra short throw. Where you been at for the last century or so? You've been under a rock somewhere? I've been around for a century, but you know what I'm talking about. This is how I know I got people that call me up and again, they're just trying to waste time. So you mean to tell me all the ultra short demonstrations and you never went to my channel and just typed in ultra short throw? And this brings up all the ultra short throw demonstrations and tests we've done on ultra short throw, and you never saw one before. This is where I hang the phone up on you because I know you're lying. If you're going to research someone, the first thing you're going to go through is their YouTube channel to see exactly how much testing they've done on their product. Here we go. This is what I'm expecting for you P2 owners. We expect for you to pull up in an environment like this. My screen's 126 inches. It's huge. It can pull up in a fully lit environment. As you can see, the environment is well lit, right? There's my Optima GT56. This is a Supreme 8 black screen. So I'm expecting to see your screens in environments like this. But we don't see this. I see your environment so dark that I can literally see the light reflecting off your screen, bouncing off your cabinet that's reflecting the light right back.
In my home, this is my 126-inch screen.
Do I know myself or do I know my screens? In the day, I can look at my screen and tell my size.
Supreme 8, and it looks absolutely incredible. And I'm using my ultra short.
The naysayers coming around here like, oh, I hate this guy. Well, back yourself up before I crush it. I'm tired of you guys at the end of the day. How much embarrassment do I have to do to you guys at the end of the day? Literally, honestly. Tired of crushing y'all stuff. It's getting embarrassing now. I send money y'all way, y'all bring it back. Y'all remove entire states at the end of the day. You can't operate things in fully lit environments. You're in dark environments, fake specification sheets, failing websites. Come on, really? See how well lit that environment is? So look, all the way around how well lit that environment is. That's a black screen pulling those high white levels.
You got high white levels and you got It's something that a gray screen cannot do. Gray screens or white
You're
screens
going to make
do
me
not.
lose it. At the end of the day, I'm telling you, with these fake screens, at the end of the day, I'm literally going to pop up on your site. I'm going to start placing orders. I'm going to make a lot of problems for you at the end of the day. You're going to have to put all that money back in my account. Gee whiz Louise. Stop talking trash and back yourself up, please.
Demonstrations outside showing off the Supreme 8's power.
Look at that.
Ambulance or true ambulance projections.
I see what we do at the end of the day versus everybody else.
This is my hunt.
But we don't have, the other people don't talk trash. The other people make screen paint products. None of them talk trash. None of them. Only 2 people do that. No, actually 3 people do that. Well, actually, no. The ones who make the product, those 2 talk trash. Y'all don't make good products. You're supposed to be using ultra short throws. Well, where's my charge here? Over here. Ultra short throws are designed to beat TVs. That's what they're designed for. I swear, I'm sick and tired of seeing these freaking high-end projectors, good projectors at that, being stuck in these poorly lit environments. That's a slap in my face, man. You don't call yourself making screen paint products? Really? You're not even worthy of that machine. You're not even worthy of that projector. Not even worthy of the projector. Get in there. Hold on for a minute. There we go. You're not worthy of the projector. You're not. How come your videos don't look like this?
Inchless screen using the Supreme 8, and it looks absolutely incredible. And
So to the customers out there, what frustrates me is the fact that these people who claim to have these screen paints, they sit in these dark environments. You can barely make out the floor. The corners are dark. There's just shadows popping up all over the place. And y'all can't produce a proper image. Are you kidding me? You can't match that. I have a screen projector. We did it 150 inches. It covered that entire wall. And we still could produce off that and the ceiling at the same time. Embarrassment. Absolutely embarrassment. This is what makes me want to develop screen paints, just strictly just to wipe you guys, or just for the heck of it all, just for fun of it all. Because it's just, you guys don't deserve your projectors. You don't shouldn't be making screen paints, period. Jeez, you always expect. This is why I can never understand why Ramsey gets so upset when people just screw it up. It'd be a fantastic dish, but they figure a way how to screw it up. And this is the reason why he loses his cool, because a man has a passion for what he does. He loves what he does. That's what you have to understand. He's not a jerk at the end of the day. He loves what he does. He has a passion for it. And he can't stand it when other people take the same passion that he loves at the end of the day and does that to it. That's what he doesn't like. And that's what I see with these guys who make these corny products at the end of the day that can't produce jack for jack. What projector we got on the floor? Oh my goodness, we can Epson 470. Epson 470 fully lit environment on Epson 470. That's a $95 projector.
voila, you're done. All right, so let's go over here real quick.
And you mean to tell me that y'all couldn't get that screen to fire up? Oh goodness, dark environment, I swear. Let's go ahead and get another one. Let's get another one. Another one. Another one. Outside, Optima GT55. That's the same projector I had in the room. You've seen this one before. I got demonstrations on this one on the short. I'm going to get that other one too and put it up on the short too. To say, this is how your ultra short throw is supposed to react. Like a TV. Somebody got this right here. Bum, 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 bum. Inside, outside. Another Optima GT. Bum, 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 bum. Customers are outside. Ultra short throws to floors. More ultra short throws. Yeah, when I got out there and said, I went to your channel, I didn't see any ultra short throw. Well, then something's wrong with you, because guess what? We have ultra short throw demonstrations. You even have them on site. I have one where I actually walked in an entire office building. Ultra short throw, more ultra short throw, ultra short throw outside. That's the Sony. take me a nice little field trip real quick. Let's see if we can find somebody who's operating.
Hey, how we doing out there? First things first.
There we go. I want to see a demonstration with that much light in the environment. Give it to me, baby. Give it to me, baby. Give it to me, baby. Do. This is what I'm expecting to see. Look at it, and then I turn around and walk downstairs in another environment that's ultra bright too, and show off another demonstration. Oh man, do I have to name a screen paint to just crush your stuff in front of it? I don't know. We have time in the schedule? I really don't know. I'll have to think about that one. All right, let me see. Let's go see if we can find a P2. A P2 in a fully lit environment. P2 projector, ultra short throw projector, because that's what everybody talks about. And we're looking for the Epson LS800. Let's see, P2 ultra short throw projector, fully lit environment. It's an ambient light projection screen. Ambient light projection screen. Screen. Fully lit environment. Oh, that's us. And that's definitely not a fully lit environment. That's us again. Talking about knockoff projectors are crap. That's us again. That's us again. Dark environment. Dark environment. So it's in a fully lit environment, so that would be us. That'd be me. Let me see there going on here. Anything else? Oh, Jeebus Louise, you've got to be freaking kidding me. We're not in an environment that dark, are we? It's not a P2, it's something else, but... Vivid Storm, steer screen. All right, let's get past this.
For us, there is some loss of contrast.
Now, see the problem we have here? See how the lights right here are pointed upward? These should never be upward. This is supposed to be directly hitting the screen. See how dark the environment is? See the plant over here in the corner where there's no light at all whatsoever? Period. This is a dark environment. This is what it is. It's all basically called ambient light controlled environment. Your environment is supposed to be super well lit, like commercial environment. That's how it's supposed to be. That's how you test them to make sure those screens are going to function and work. Because if I stick this screen in a commercial environment, it's not going to do well. If I stick it over here, it's not going to do well. By the way, I like his videos. Not his videos, but he does these test videos, which are pretty cool. Anything showing this thing. And look at the color of the screen. That's automatically not going to work. We tested Vivid Storm. I literally tested the same screen we have here. It did not do well. I couldn't read a contrast level for nothing. So, okay, that's definitely a dud right there for me. We'll get a new color scheme. Definitely gonna be doing this one next on my screen. Ooh, I got this one new. I couldn't find these yesterday. Let me see what we got here. Projection screen. Oh, please don't tell me this is supposed to be a fully lit environment. We're joking, right? That's the thumbnail. It's horrible. That's us. We just showed you that video a few minutes ago, so that would be me in a fully lit environment. See, this is what I mean by it. This is why I feel sorry for the customers at the end of the day. This is why I feel sorry for you. You know why? Because they're trying to, they sell you these gray screens. These things can't read contrast, they don't pull colors, and then they're faking the environments. And that's why people go out and I tell them, look, before you go buy from us, match our demonstration versus everybody else's and see what comes up. And this is why I need a global challenge. I can tell by the screen it's going to fail. Yep. And gray screens don't read. I can tell from the door. It's just not going to work. It just can't read. The contrast levels will never, ever pick up. Which means you're going to spend money for an expensive projector and you will be stuck in a dark environment to use this thing. As in, right here. Ta-da! Tell me I was not joking. You're in a dark environment. You can't run that screen in a fully environment. Screen to wash out. It won't even be there. See how the levels are picking up? This is all gray. All this is gray. And this is supposed to be bright orange. It's a tiger, for goodness sakes. This should be deep black, and this should be like a little higher white in there. Where they consider this to be acceptable. This is on an ultra short throw. You're kissing the screen, for goodness sakes. This is the reason why I can't be. If I go to one of these shows, oh, we're definitely going to have, we're going to ruffle a lot of feathers. Like, what the freak are you doing? How close are you to the screen? Really? You're less than a foot from the screen. And which your screen's a 120. So you mean to tell me at 120 inches and a foot away from the screen, why are we in such a dark environment with a machine that's sitting right on top of the screen? Isn't this supposed to be like a TV setup? So how come it's not used like a TV setup? Can I see the contrast levels, please? Oh, yeah, they would definitely kick me out of that booth in a hot second. Oh, we heard about you. You're that troublemaker. Not that troublemaker. I'm the disruptor. That's what I am. That's what I am. I'll come over there and light a fire under you at the end of the day. That's why I like that song called Fire Starter, because we don't play around at the end of the day, man. I will break your stuff down right there in front of you. You think I'm joking with you? See when I do the valve on them, when I get in the room with those guys, I get them to tell the truth. I break it down. That's why I would love to get, I swear, I would literally drop all charges with these guys. I'm suing you anyway, but the criminal charges I would drop just to get you in a YouTube live stream panel. And I'm not talking about what you're controlling. I mean, professionals will come in and control this, because I got a ton of questions to ask you. That range gain nonsense, your stuff matching house pain, there's so much stuff I got to ask at the end of the day. Why did you remove an entire state? Yeah, stuff like that. Like, why did you cancel the orders? Who freaking sends an invite to buy whatever you want and go, oh, no, you're harassing me because you're buying something that I told you that you could buy, and that's harassment is literally what he did. Seriously. I would love to get you guys on a panel. Look at this. Look how they zoom in on the color. This is the same thing Jamie does on his demonstrations. Look at this. Pretty freaking amazing. And look how dark the environment is. And he's sitting on the screen at a foot away. That is horrible. Well, let's keep on looking. Maybe we'll get a well-lit environment. Let's see what he's got here. Vivid Storm. If it's gray, it's not going to read. We already know it from the door. We know it from the door.
If you're in the market for a new TV this holiday season, check this out. I have a 4K Samsung Ultra Short Throw.
A new TV.
And a 100-inch floor-rising Vivid Storm screen. This setup has been so much...
Oh, my goodness. So the screen is completely washed out. You see how bland the reds are? He just sat there and said, TV set up. So you notice they're going to show a lot of colors. It's rare you're going to see any contrast levels. The contrast levels are going to wash out dramatically. And if you were to put an OLED TV next to that, let the OLED or any monitor and pull a star field, even a cell phone, that screen can't do it. So you're not TV worthy in any way whatsoever. Now, if the projector was on a more professional high-grade screen, like black technology, yeah, then it would be able to show. But by then, the contrast levels are not even needed. Just turn them off.
Fun to watch movies, YouTube videos, sports, and even play video games on. I purchased an additional wall mount so that I could flush mount the screen and my console. That way, the screen is kind of hidden and blends in. If you want to check out my projector or the screen, I'll leave the link.
Oh, that is just so heartbreaking to watch. And that poor projector. That poor projector. I had a conversation with a company was talking about, and see how they have it all well lit like this, right? This is how it's supposed to be, right? All well lit. Let's see what we get in this thumbnail. We're gonna get the actual, what we just saw in the thumbnail.
Now I know you're about to watch a video. Hey guys, Tony here. So, rather than a projector issue, as it
So it doesn't match the thumbnail. Are we surprised? No. Look at it. Oh my goodness. Are you kidding me? All right, we're done. We're done. That'll keep me from snapping. This is my freaking temper at the end of the day. Look at that. Look how horrible that image looks. There's no lights on in the environment at all. And the screen is completely washed out. What the heck is that? That is absolutely, that's trifling. That's so trifling, it's not even funny. And this is what you guys consider? Really? This is considered to be kind of washed out the images.
And as you can see from the test footage, it was entirely watchable during the day.
Yeah, watch how the image starts to improve as he starts to pull down the blinds. Watch.
And I have a lot of other windows with light coming through them in my house. Once I closed or half closed the blinds, the picture just came to life. And remember, this isn't
the picture just came to life. So this is supposed to replace a TV. Really? Interesting. So we went from this to this. Watch. Look, he can't even get. See right here? This is supposed to be to measure or calibrate his screen. Look at this. It's completely washed out. He can't even see the calibration bar here. It's completely gone. Look at this. The blue's washed out.
The automatic alignment or something that you could use with the remote to pinch the corners up, you'd be able to do it far easier than I did. This projector screen specifically requires an ultra short throw projector as it's designed to reject the light coming from the top, front and sides.
Now see how he's got the curtains, he's got the blinds closed now? Because when he had it up, you see how badly the screen washed out. Now it's shut again. Now, look when he puts the light up. Look how fast the screen washes out.
It does wash the screen out a little bit, but even with the blinds half down, it made a huge difference. And as you...
There is no way in the world your screen should ever, and I mean ever, look like that. On the amount of money he just paid for that machine and that screen at the same time, this is what he's picking up? What is this right here? Why can't you see the rest of the car? Where's the rest of the car at? It's not even there. But this is acceptable. This is what's sad about the projector industry today. That's sad. That the fact that this is considered to be acceptable. You spend all this money for that machine, you spend all that money for that screen, and this is what you're getting. My customers don't go to this. My customers can do this demonstration outside without an ultra short though at a distance. And this is what you're picking up on that much money. That's sad. That's pitiful. That is absolutely sad. Now, I'm not saying anything about him. At the end of the day, he's doing his demonstration. This is what he knows. He doesn't know anything about my company at the end of the day. There's nothing about my company at all, period. But I guarantee if our technology is up there, he would definitely not have this window pull it, never have to pull that window. And he could turn his lights on also too, because his lights literally should be on. And if you're doing a demonstration. Now, see right here? It's got lights in the ceiling right here and here.
So what impressed me a lot with this...
Always expect better. It's supposed to be better.
Hey, how we doing out there? First things first, my name is Ken.
That's what you're supposed to have.
Using ambient light projection, technology gain.
See my condensed lighting? See how it's making contact with the screen? That's what your screen's supposed to react like. So for all you ultra short those out there who don't have our technology, we know what your screens look like. We know how they react like. We know you can't read color, you can't read contrast. That's a 100% black technology right there, reading off an ultra short though at 126 inches. This is how your screen is supposed to react. And as for having the windows open, I can take that projector and go outside, which I did. Same Ultima GT55.
Absolutely incredible. I showed you the difference between the two when we do motorized projectors.
There's our white levels right there. Condensed lighting, as you can see, hitting here and here on the screen at all times. And we can go downstairs. We do it in the basement.
Look compatible, which means if you own an ultra short throw, you don't have to worry about saying, well, I'm just going to work on my screen. You're not going to have that.
Yeah, that's pretty bad. You're supposed to be to pick up in a fully lit environment. This is how much light your screen's supposed to take in. Nothing wrong with this projector. This projector was perfectly fine. Without this, we had that same gray screen up there, we would have washed out. That's what you're supposed to pick up on your ultra short throw. You see my customer with the LS800? You see where he took half of his, mind you, that screen he had was an official screen. It was an Elite screen. No, it wasn't an Elite screen. It was Epson. It was an Epson motorized projection screen that he had. He bought the set. And he couldn't get the color to pop. Nothing would pop up on his screen. That's why he pushed half of it over to show you that when he painted the screen in black, our technology pulled the screen up. Brought the screen to life. So you see the difference between how much light I have in my environment compared to what you just saw in that demonstration. See how nothing's washed out? See how the corners come up sharp from edge to edge?
Instead of you going out and trying to figure out, okay, I might have to buy.
My light's not over here. My light's actually directly on top of the screen.
You may have to buy a separate screen. Sorry about that, because you own it off the short throw. This is.
You're getting cheated. I've been telling you all that for years. You're getting cheated.
It's lighting at all times on my screen.
Now, imagine if I pop up in a booth and my setting looks like this, with this much lighting in the environment. Everybody's sitting in little dark environments complaining about lights 21 feet up. Yeah, we clean the clock all day long. This is the reason why I'm going, for a while, I'm going to be still selling online, but I'm going to be doing a lot of demonstrations like this in front of, in a showroom for people that want to come down and check out the technology. This is where investors are going to be pushing through, because they're looking at everybody's house and they're seeing the demonstrations where these people are sitting in these dark environments and their screens are not pulling up what our technology can read. This is downstairs. All that lighting. So long throw, ultra short throw doesn't make a difference. It reads.
All blue.
Looks the same way as the light's on, it's off.
You don't have to be in the dark if you want to. Keep your lights on. It's up to you.
You got options with our technology.
You do not have to be stuck in.
Yeah, and be stuck in the dark. That's the whole point of it, not to be stuck in the dark. Here we go. There's another setup right here.
I like to show my demonstrations in a real environment. Have a little bit of light peppered out through the entire environment. A real environment with light.
You're not supposed to be in the dark. You have an ultra short throw. You're not supposed to be in the dark. You should read 100% contrast in fully lit environments with no problem.
Screen paint form. No, this is a 4-step process, so we can't do that. Ultra short though, which is the optimal technology, because we can use these screens in fully lit environments. Don't have to worry about sitting and the
Lights out. The screen doesn't change. Put the lights on. It reacts the exact same way.
I love having the short throw. I do. It's the first time having a really high-end professional short. How beautiful that looks. So you watch TV with the light.
And you're watching people like Jamie come on there with this P2 projector. That's an Optima, by the way. It's an Optima GT50. It's an Optima GT56. So my Optima GT56 with a 20,000 to 1 contrast can read in an environment that a P2 can't pick up on a gray screen. Because that man's sitting in a dark environment with that projector. There's no way in the world he's matching this. My screen's bigger. I'm using a much cheaper projector, and my environment's well lit. That's how it's done, people. That's how it's done. So, you know, customers, man, y'all just shouldn't be taking that at the end of the day. Why are you spending all this money for these expensive machines and you're stuck in these dark environments? You got to change your entire living room around. accommodate your projector. I never had to do that when I was in that place. I could walk through that front door, turn my lights on, have it nice and bright in there, sit down in that chair and watch a movie. I can watch Batman with the lights on if I want to. All right, we're going to put this here. Yep. Getting ripped off. I'm telling you, after years you're getting ripped off. Where's, let me see. Okay. I have an entire customer market line out there waiting for me that will get a chance to walk up and see this technology in its real form. I wish I can show you online the best I could. That's why we did so many demonstrations, to try to show you as much as we possibly could. That's why we have over 10,000 demonstrations on display at YouTube, because we did everything and anything you could possibly think of over and beyond to show you the best ability of our technology, even challenging those who talk trash who couldn't back their products up and watching them back down. We tested against certified screens to show you that we can go against the certifieds. We showed you what real ambient light rejection technology should look like, how your screen should look like outside. Tons and tons of information we have provided for online. So now, when we step offline, and we're showing our technology in these different settings and commercial environments, we're all good to go because we did the testing. But this is a product that's going to sell much higher offline because people are going to see it. And I saw that reaction when I saw them walking over to the screen and touching it, and first thing they like to do is they like to sit up against the screen to see if they can still see it because the screen's so black. And all I get all day long is how much? So that's when it dawned on me. I said, you know what? I got to get my stuff out there. Because right now my stuff is just online. I got to get my stuff known out there. And that's what I'm pushing for. Everybody else has these washed out screens on YouTube, and they consider that to be the normal, and this is what we consider to be what it should be. And the more they keep doing those bland, washed out videos, the more money they make us at the end of the day. Because people think for some reason that's the way it has to be, and it doesn't have to be that way at all. My customers receiving my product right now will have this technology. Where everybody else sits in the dark, my customers don't go through this mess. Customers don't spend the money for expensive projectors and all that other nonsense to try to get the screen to work. They don't pay for all that. Those are my customers. My customers, that demonstration right there, doing outside, that could be any demonstration right now. Go find one that can beat that demonstration. There isn't one. Because everybody's stuck in the dark doing the traditional nonsense. Nowhere in the world you should be in the dark with a projector a foot away from a screen, and you can't, you're right on top of the screen. That's like me taking that 6500 lumen projector I got behind me and pushing it a foot away from the screen, and I still got to be in the dark with it. That's pretty sad. Yep. I did place. I should remodel the place I was at. Told you I got the agreement to go over there and take out his walls and put in that vapor, which I have in here. And for those people who don't crack books at the end of the day, let me explain to you how this technology works in here. The silver foil, which I have installed in his place too. So when I leave from there, it's got an upgrade for his place, which allowed me to do my walls and everything, which is pretty nice to do, for him to do. See that up there? You know what that does? That stuff will keep this place cooler than your house. Yeah, because that is newer technology. See, the stuff they put in houses now, if you have an older one, doesn't have that in there. I guarantee you. Not all, period. Probably got some insulation foam in there, pretty much, but that's the newer stuff right there. That stuff that makes this place like an ice box in the wintertime, sorry, in the summertime, and in the winter, you know what I mean, if I'm working here, it keeps it nice and warm. So basically, this place is more up to date than most people's homes because you should have that in between your ceiling. And what that does is, like I said, it works like a kind of like a microwave system. Keeps it nice and cool and in the summertime, and keeps it nice and warm in the wintertime. Yeah. And somebody, they sent me a little message like, oh, you must be freezing. No, I'm good. I'm definitely good. Because I know how to work with my hands. I know how to work with electricity and carpentry and all that stuff like that, and plumbing. I do all that stuff at the end of the day. Because instead of sitting back and just being all day, I learned stuff. I see people learning stuff at the end of the day and say, hey, how does this work? How do you do this? How do you do that? I'm always asking questions about something on how do you do that. And sometimes I make friends with a few people, and they show me some of the stuff that they know. Like my friend who does masonry work, which I would really like to learn how to do that. He says, when I have time, you know what I mean, he'll help me out with a few things. So he'll teach me some stuff. So, no, yeah, this place is nice and cool. So I did the same thing I did for the other place. I got permission. I went in and ripped out all his walls. And me and my buddy came in and ripped out all the drywall, which he had white drywall in there, which you're not supposed to have. Actually, technically, you're not supposed to have white drywall. You're supposed to have green drywall throughout your place. You're really supposed to. Because, again, that green drywall, basic green, or what's the other one that's purple, it cuts down on mold and mildew. That's what it cuts down on. But a lot of places, when they build them, they put the white drywall in. And then, you know, they put in the insulation and all that stuff. So that's why when I get my 20 acres, or whatever acres I'm going to get, and I build my home, I'm going to basically install this stuff. Because this stuff is absolutely fantastic. Let me see what we got here. This is our gunmetal technology. For those of you who are making statements that you actually have gunmetal, that's the environment you should be operating in. On gunmetal technology, you should be in a fully environment because gunmetal screens are designed to absorb a ton of light. And if you're doing your Frankenstein or your UV mix, which you're claiming to be gunmetal, and you're in an environment that's not like this, you don't have it to begin with. But if I hear you talk about gunmetal again one more time, I'm going to get somebody to get your stuff down here, and you're not going to like what's going to happen to it, but I'm going to test against a real actual gunmetal certified screen. Then I'm going to stick you on AVS Forum for discussion on why people are going around faking gunmetal screens. Because you're not supposed to do that. If you have, like I said, our Imperial we have behind us, in order for me to actually be to call that gunmetal technology, I literally had to test it against gunmetal technology. Can't walk into any one of them forum sites and go, yeah, I got a screen gun over here that is, I call it gunmetal. Man, those guys will lose their marbles in there. They're like, wait, no. This is a physical screen, not a screen paint. A physical screen. No screen paint will ever compete with gunmetal technology or physical screens. They'll tell you that right from the door. Got to show them. Once you show them, that's the end of it right there. But you have to show them. And you talk about your minimum is 3,000? 3,000 is a minimum? No, that's a safe point. So darker paints will use a 3,000 mark because it's safer. You know, they run less of a risk of the screen going dark and becoming unwatchable. You should be able to pick up at 1,000 lumens in a fully lit environment. That screen is supposed to have tremendously a lot of gain attached to it. Usually the darker screens don't require really high lumen projectors because they have such heavy gains attached to them. So that's another fail right there. And then he says he doesn't advise you using this for home use. Use it for commercial use because he knows anyone using a commercial projector, commercial environment are going to be using heavy duty machines, then use. That's why. Because it's darker, its white levels are poor. And I know that because I tested against the Dark Star 9. I tested UV against the Dark Star 9 and it failed miserably. I couldn't read it. The Dark Star 9 was able to pick up its white levels. I said these screens for amazing white levels. That's the environment you really need to be in if you're running gunmetal. Got to be in those fully lit environments. It's very important. See that? Vivistorm is a good screen, like I said, but it's not. I wouldn't use it for ultra short throw, and I wouldn't put the claim on it that basically it reacts like a TV. I really wouldn't do that. Because the first thing I'll say, so what you're saying is it reads the contrast exactly like a TV. Because you notice that one person showed a Starfield demonstration, no contrast, heavy contrast levels, a lot of bright colors. Yep. All right, where's the other one at? Can't always get what you want. Yep, that's what they do. They stick to a lot of colors because colors are fade less. This is what your Frankenstein and UB should be operating in this kind of environment. And you should be operating against certifies. Right now, the screen behind me has taken out everything we've landed next to it. Get this one here ready to go. Killing two birds with one stone. Talking about this and getting this done at the same time. Yippee-ki-yay. All that good stuff. So this one's going here. This is the other one. Let's see if I can do this one. So that light hitting the screen, that's how you operate on using this gunmetal technology. This is a Final Phantom. This is the screen you guys claim that you beat. You can't even generate in this environment. This is the screen you claim that you took out. Yeah, right. Spartan version of it. I told you we're going to be customizing a special screen for the global. Oh, that would be an awesome name for it. Or we got a name for it already. You ain't gonna like it, but you got a name for it. It's perfect. It's absolutely perfect. It's a perfect name for what it's designed to do. Perfect name for it. I'm gonna get a special container for it too. Got to be a special container for it. Let me see. I want to look up something real quick. One of those P2s. I want to look at two of the P2 ultra short throw projector. Great investment for $3,000. This is Crow's video. Great investment for $3,000. Why do we have these little lights down here? See what I mean? This is what I'm talking about. Look how close the screen. Oh my goodness, it's horrible. Let's see the lighting in the environment. Told you. Dark environment. Definitely dark environment. Lights are behind the back of the screen right here to give up the illusion that the area is well lit. Dark corners right here. Got dark corners right here. And you can see where shadows are casting. If a light behind the back of your screen is able to bounce off an object and cast a shadow in a corner, that means your area is dark. That's supposed to be black, and that's actually gray. Your environment. Hey, Jamie, just to let you know, your environment's way too dark. What the freak is this right there? Why is it so dark up in here? I can't even make out what this is. This is a Gundam in the corner? That is way too dark for a TV setup. Look at the dark corners we have up in here. We got dark corners up in here. Then you put these lights here. This is all dark in these corners. No. You're not supposed to do that. Your area is way too dark. Way too dark. $3,000. Really. Everybody else is in dark environments. Look at this. Here we go again. Look at this. That's trifling. I'm sorry, people, but that's trifling. This is supposed to replace TVs. Look how dark the environment is. This is your living room at the end of the day. And this is supposed to be, I know this is not the Cinemax, because Cinemax is the one that matches the house paint, so this is not even going to work at all, period, because this house paint will do the same thing, so no point in that either. What else we got here? Oh, gee whiz, you got to be kidding me. This is somebody else too with the same thing. Different guy, same thing with the same projector. Just replace your bed for a coffin. You're vampires at the end of the day. Look at that. And I think this is light coming from the windows? Really? There's no way in the world I'm going to spend $3,000 for a projector and I got to be stuck in an environment like that? This is what your environment is literally supposed to function like. Oh my goodness. This is what I'm talking about. I don't even know why, buddy, you sell that paint to begin with. $3,000 for your projector, and you're stuck in a dark environment like that. My screen is way bigger than your size of your screen. We're talking about Jamie's screen right now. How dark that environment was. People, this is what your ultra shirts are supposed to react like. You're not supposed to be dark and stuck in a cave. This is how your screen's supposed to function. If you have a screen that has true ambient light rejection technology, can absorb light, doesn't wash out, doesn't fade, because that's the reason why the environment's dark. The P2 projector is a good projector. It's a fantastic projector. Sad thing about it is it's being belittled due to the fact that the screen's just being displayed on. Projector looks like trash. But there's nothing wrong with the projector. Projector works perfectly fine. It's the screen that's trash. That's an Optima GT56. And that thing can operate on our technology in a fully lit environment that a P2 can't even operate on. And to begin with, that's what you're supposed to be looking like. That's what it's supposed to look like. That is absolutely horrifying. Yeah, that's what you want. But a $3,000 machine, you want to turn your environment into a cave. So that lighting's up there to try to give off the illusion that the area is well lit, but it's poorly lit. Gee whiz, that's awful. That's awful. That's saving you hundreds at all, period. Let's go get my $60 projector. I'm going to grab my $60 machine. All I got to do is type in NEC for that one. This is my $60 machine. It's the NEC Ultra Short Throw. Let's do it at, we can be on site wherever we want to be at with this. That's a 150-inch screen. It covers the entire wall at a $60 projector. See, I'm on my computer right there. I can pull up all my different menus, anything I want, bright, crystal clear, without having light splashed around the back of my screen. They say black technology can't read white light. Well, you can. As a matter of fact, if you ever want to challenge any of your screen paints, I'll put you against the Imperior. You're not ready for what we have over here. My Imperior can blend into a gray screen's white level, so that's terrifying enough as it is. Think what else is going to do to your products. Gee whiz, that is absolutely awful. Ultra short throw off a table. You know, I think this is when I walked the entire brain. Ultra short throws everywhere. Ultra short throws in this room. We had ultra short throws everywhere. Oh my goodness! I swear, it's sad. It's really sad when you got people who really believe that they're really utilizing technology to the best of its ability, and it's just failing. Here you go. Your lights behind the back of your screen. Knock yourself out on this demonstration. I can project off a table if I choose. And here's something for your lights behind the back of your screen. Here you go. There's my screen sitting in a bay of windows, 126-inch, with a ceiling light chandelier right against my screen on my $60 ultra short throw. And you have a $3,000 machine and you can't get it to register in that environment? I'm done, Taco. I'm done. Absolutely done. When I watch my documentaries of my movies from the 1920s, you know, from the silent era movies, I like to watch everything there is about movies. I'm really passionate about the whole thing about the movie industry and how it all started, how it all began. I hate it when people do these fake, stupid demonstrations on a $3,000 projector and you're stuck in the dark with that machine. Are you kidding me? Man, I'm going to tell you something. That's pathetic. That is really pathetic. Do you have any idea? Good gracious. $60 projector. It comes down to the screen, people. That's what I've been telling you for years. You can go buy the most expensive projector in the world. If you ain't got the proper screen to project that projector isn't worth squat. That projector is going to have you in dark environments. It's going to show you poor contrast. Colors are going to be washed out. It is going to be a horror show in there. Look at the comparison of how much light we're running right now. Compared to that. Okay. All right, let me get my orders taken care of for my customers. Man, I tell you, I cannot wait to get out there so we can show off our technology on another level. Wow. Okay, let me get his taken care of now. Let me get the order out the door. That's sad, people. See if we still advertising this Cinemax stuff. Yeah, it's house paint. In the dark with that projector. It should not be in the dark with that projector at all. It should be in a fully lit environment. It's an ultra short throw. It's designed, like that guy sat there and said, my TV setup. That's what they're designed for. Let me see. Only one person did it right on here. There was a fellow, only person did it right. Took the projector, he put it in a fully lit environment, it wouldn't pull at all, period. He's the only person that actually did it right. Everybody else had it in dark environments. Well, look at the colors and contrast and blah, 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 blah. It's still not in a TV setting. TVs don't have to be in the settings. You can't replace something and say that, hey, it works like a TV and it's not reacting like a TV. See if he's still selling this stuff. Check this website, still selling this stuff. That's us. Yeah, this is us. Radio elements can pull 150, 180 inches outside in the daytime hour. That'd be us. Oh, this is the commercial I was looking for. This is the promo. This is one of the promos by the P2 that I was saying. I've never seen anyone beat the promo demonstration. Never. Actually, one of the best ones I've seen. Is this the one? Yes, this is it. This is what I was looking for. There you go. That's the way the P2 is supposed to react. So, the problem we have here is the fact that no one matches the promo. Why is no one matching the promo demonstration? This is the promo. This is the one I was looking for. They got two versions of these. They got the one where the woman's doing the exercise and the guys are playing. When they got this one, it's in this big open room, tons of light around the screen. This is what sold the projector, because people came in and saw this and they're going, wow, this projector operates in this kind of environment with the screen. That's why people bought it. But when they got it, they realized that, guess what? You're not going to get this image at the end of the day because you can't afford the screen. Unless you're spending some god-awful money for the screen. I don't know what the screen costs, but at the end of the day, we couldn't find anybody to match this promo demonstration. I'm saving this because this was a hard one to find. So you see how they got it set up? Show me one person right now that matches this promo demonstration. Show me one person. You see how well lit this environment is? It is super well lit. Show me one person. There's not one person that matched that promo demonstration. Not one. Jamie, you just came off his channel. He's got a medieval dungeon master going on in there right now. One person that matched the promo. We have an Optima GT55. We could do the same thing with no problem. Heck, I could do that outside if I want to. See how well lit it is? See how no corners, everything's nice and bright all the way across? This is what I saw when I first saw, I was looking at the P2, and the first thing I saw was this promo demonstration. 120-inch screen. And I saw this demonstration and go, wow, that's freaking crazy, man. They got that in a fully lit environment like that? Now, I'm thinking about the screen because I know the projector can't operate properly without a proper screen. So what kind of screen are they using in that environment to fire that projector off like that? And I went around looking to see if anyone can beat the promo demonstration, and no one can. How much time we got here? We're going to do a little YouTube field trip. I'm going to see if anybody can match this promo demonstration. I'm curious because we beat the promo demonstration for the Optima GT 55, 56. We beat both their promo demonstrations. We took our projector outside, and then we brought it inside, and we had tons of light wrapped around that screen. We beat their promo demonstration, but anybody else beat this one, the Optima P2 Pro? Does anyone beat this screen? Beat this this promo? Look at this. I was looking for this one for the longest time. I couldn't find it. Oh, shoot. I'm realizing something. This is AI. Is it AI? The reason why we find if it's AI or not, because in their showcase, we should have the same amount of lighting. So if they were able to pull this off in this showroom here, in any showroom where this projector popped up at, it should be able to achieve the exact same thing. Because companies at the end of the day can afford whatever screen they got back here, they can afford it. So if the other companies are not producing the exact same image we have here, this is AI. And it looks it. That's why no one can beat the promo. Oh, we're getting to that point now. Yeah, we have done that demonstration in a fully lit environment. Yeah. So, question is that AI? I'm going to save this here. I got things to do. We'll come back to this later. I'm curious. That's maybe the reason why we can't find anybody to match beat the promo. Because the promo probably is not even real. It's probably AI. The reason why I say that, because I've seen this done before in one of their demonstrations on the P2. I want to make sure I save this to my account. I'm going to save this so we can come back to this always. But one of the things I noticed, and I'll show you why. Because I've seen this form of technology before, and I'll show you where I saw it at. I'll show you exactly where I saw it at. Because projectors do not have that capability. Now, if you're wearing something like VR, maybe not wearing VR, you're wearing a 3D goggles or 3D glasses, yeah, then you'll see it, but you won't be able to see it like that. So let me show you. P2 ultra short throw projector. See if we can find that demo that they had on here. That's not the demo up there. Surprised we found that one. I've been looking for that one for quite a bit. Let's see, dark environment. Shouldn't be in a dark environment. Not with that projector. Would be it. Yeah, this is it. This would be it. This is it. This is the one. Show you what I saw. I got it from there. This is AI. This is definitely AI, and I can tell you why. I'll show you why it's AI. Something I saw when I was watching, I was like, wait a minute, that's not even possible. Gotta get to when the kids are watching the soccer game. Because when they're watching it, excuse me, when they're watching a soccer game and a guy hits a goal, you see these explosions go off, where they go off the screen. And that's not possible. You got some real serious 3D going on. That's beyond. That's like holodeck 3D nonsense. I'm not saying nonsense. I'm talking about technology. I'm trying to figure out where I saw that at. Oh, please don't tell me. They couldn't have removed it. It's got to be in there somewhere. I see the girl stretching. Where is the one with the kids, the guys watching the soccer game? Because if not, I actually tell you, I record everything. So I definitely have it documented just in case. Nope, it's not in this one. Why wouldn't it be in that one? Interesting. These are ours. This is us. These are both Optima GT demonstrations here and here. See how bright the images are? They're supposed to be in an environment that well lit. So you can find this thing. This is it. This has got to be it. Yeah. So this is where I noticed. See how thin it is to the wall? All right. Let me blow this up a little higher so you can see this. So right here is the first sign that came up. What did they paint it to the wall? There is no fixed frame screen that's literally that thin. That's just wallpaper. That's the only thing. But it's going to have some kind of edge to it. So that can't be it. That's just a wallpaper surface up there. Because you're going to have something there. But this is where it really came up, where I saw where you can see where basically it was AI generated. The video game. You can see right there in the video game. You got to be to see that. There's no video game that plays. No video game like that anywhere. Right here. How is that possible? I have never, in the years I've been with projection, I have never seen an image come off the screen and end up in your face in some kind of 3D kind of dimension kind of display. That's virtually impossible. The only way that would happen, unless you have glasses on. The only way you see it, I would have to have glasses on, you would have glasses on, the only way we'd see it. But there's no way in the world. This is all AI. This is what I don't like it when they do this. Because again, by doing this, they can alter and change the environment. They can make the environment look super well lit, well bright, and brighten the environment up, and they can give this really insane looking image, and all that's AI. Because there's no way in the world that's possible. Now, they could say, well, that's just for advertisement, but when you got something where you're looking at a room and it's this really super well-lit environment like this, you're giving off a fake environment that you think that your projector is going to operate in an environment just like this. And that's what I thought when I first saw it. That's AI right there. I knew I seen that somewhere before. So, am I really getting this from the projector, or am I getting it from some kind of computer program? Another way you can tell it's AI, look at the bookcases. Right here, bookcases actually give it away. This is all AI designed. So, is this the screen, or is this not the screen? See, that's what I'm talking about. There you go. There you go. And this is the reason why, when I sat there and said we can't find anyone to match a promo, it never dawned on me that this was actually AI too also. But it is. That's misleading. It's definitely misleading. It's definitely misleading. Because you would really think that this is what you could do in your environment with this projector. And that's all computer generated. It says Final Cut at the top, but still, you shouldn't be doing it, period. You should show the screen in a real environment and how it's going to react and how it's going to look. So, If anyone bought this one bent on this right here, well, good luck to you. This is the reason why we can't find anyone matching the promo demonstration in a fully lit environment. This is why everybody's sitting in these dark environments. That would be a reaction if you had a TV in there. So what they're trying to do is they're trying to say this projector is going to replace the TV. The only problem is you can't get it to replace the TV if you don't have a proper screen. Because everybody we see with this is doing dark demonstrations in dark environments because it doesn't work. When we had the Optima GT 5600, this is us on their projector, but a 1080p version. We can do this in a fully lit environment. Because our technology allows that projector to be able to function on that level. But anybody else that has the GT56 can't do what our demonstrations are doing. That's what I told you, it comes down to your screen. Now, that projector having that kind of power, right? That was all the projector, right? Then how come you have people in dark environments who can't seem to get the screen, it's not pulling up in fully lit environments? Does that look like anything like the promo? No, it doesn't. That's his video. He has the same projector. Look at the dark environment he's in right now. That looks nothing like the promo at all, period. Same projector, $3 grand for a machine that he can't even use in a fully lit environment because his screen can't operate. And I'm pretty sure that what makes some people say, well, that's just his screen paint. Keep in mind, they're not using his screen paint when they're showing off that projector. When they use those shows, they're using high-grade projection screens. So even the high-grade projection screens aren't working like the promo's doing. Of course, they can't match the promo due to the fact that the promo's AI. You're not supposed to be in environments this dark anyway. Beat the promo. Took it outside. That demonstration right there beats any other ultra short throw demonstration. It's outside at 140 inches. That projector is only designed to do 100 inches. It's doing 126 inside and outside. We got it at 140 inches outside. I said that twice already. So forget your windows and doors and all that stuff. There's nothing out there to protect that screen or projector in any way whatsoever. The reason why I chose that projector, because that's a 2-million-to-1. It would fix his problem, helping to get a darker contrast level, because the screen can't read it at all to begin with. And he sure enough couldn't take that projector out there on that screen paint and do that. It wouldn't pick up at all, period. Neither could they do it either. Oh, by the way, there's a challenge on this too also. It's been sitting here for, how long has this video been here? 4 years. This is a 4-year challenge. So it's been here for 4 years, and we haven't had a company, we haven't had anyone match that demonstration yet. It's been there for 4 years. I figure since everybody was, I watched all these demonstrations on ultra short throw, and I watched all these people in these really dark environments, and you know, they got the windows half open and got lights behind the back of the screen, and I figured, hey, let's take it outside. Let's show them how an ultra short throw screen is supposed to work, and that's what we did. Put a challenge on it for everybody. Certified screen paint makers, don't make a difference. There you go. Guys are going out and spending $3,000. I spent $1,300 for that projector. So most I paid for the Optima GT56 was $1,300, and I bought it used. So everybody was doing these demonstrations, 2-million-to-1 contrast. That projector has 20,000 to 1. It's turned off too. We don't need it. So all the complaint about window light washing out my screen, yeah, as you can see, no problem at all whatsoever. Okay, let me see. That's the demonstration we use when we get customers that contact us and say have an ultra short throw and the screen's washed out. And we want to know if you have anything that could work with my projector. And we show them this demonstration right here. Because what better way to show a screen working with an ultra short throw projector and being able to take on ambient light than having the actual projector outside in the very same ambient light that's washing out your screen that's coming through a window. You got to think about the mind-bending concept of the demonstration. That's what I like about doing this crazy stuff. The very same light that's out there is the same light that's coming through your window and washing out your screen. And we're out there sitting there sunbathing in it all and having fun. That shows you where our technology sits. Ugh. My name is Jeremiah and I was a bullfrog. Yeah. Yep. Siree. But you guys say it all the time. I gotta get that. I gotta thank you for that. Yeah. We even put a Starfield while we was out there too, just for kicks and giggles. And naysayers looking at him. Ugh. Ugh. I hate that guy so much. I hate him. I hate him. Hey, look, man, just crack a book. Learn something. That's all you gotta do. Stop being so lazy. I don't sit up there and cry to these other big companies at the end of the day. Why this? Why this? Why that? Why that? I don't know. The only thing I don't like at the end of the day is when I see people taking the ultra short throw projector that's designed to be a TV, talk about it being a TV, and then you stick it in a dark environment and go, oh, look, the colors look fantastic. And the screen's pulling up in a fully lit environment. One little window cracked open in the corner, a little bit of light spread out here and there. It looks like a medieval dungeon in that environment. I was amazed. I've been waiting for a Minotaur and asked for a riddle. Not supposed to react that way. Your ultra short throw is set to be like a TV. So it needs to react like a TV. Only problem, you're not taking a TV outside. That's how it's supposed to react. All right, people, I gotta go. Got things to do. When you're tired of being stuck in the dark with your expensive ultra short throws, or for those of you who don't want to spend the money for the expensive ultra short throws and you're ready for real technology in the day, you reach out to us and you'll be just like my customers. They can do this stuff at the end of the day. They can have their projectors outside and all that good stuff in the day. You don't want to worry getting ripped off because, again, like I said, the AI stuff, gee whiz, I told you this stuff was going to be dangerous. I told you the AI technology was going to be dangerous. We don't even know what you're buying anymore. That's why we refuse to use it. We will not use AI technology. I don't want to use any of it at all, period. I'm not into the world of deception. Get what you paid for at the end of the day. Do your research. As I said before, that all you would have to do, you know what I mean, if you want to compare our products, go ahead and compare our products. Compare my demonstrations to anybody else. I guarantee they won't match ours. This demonstration right here alone by itself, find any ultra short throw right now on YouTube that can match this promo, or actually not promo, our demonstration right here. Yeah, then you get back to us when you want a better screen, and we'll set you up. Now I got my customers I got to take care of. I got to get them shipped out the door so you can have great technology, because this summer, these screens right here are going to be popping this summer. We got my neighbor's going to have one. They're going to have one over here, and they're going to have that TV-like experience outside. If you saw the demonstration, when you saw me do the Batman in here, out there, and bring it in here. Come on, can't get any better than that. $167. We got 2 left in the shopping cart. I told you we only do these screens at every 2 weeks. That's what we do, the screens every 2 weeks. We do 50 of them. These screens are available for free worldwide shipping. So you can basically what's the word for it? We can ship it to you anywhere in the world for free. Yeah. All right, gotta go. Thank you all for your time, and God bless. And of course, we thank our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, because again, if it wasn't for him, we would never have that technology. Gotta go, and God bless.